Have a look at the Premier League table. Arsenal, with that 3-0 win at home to Sunderland, move on to 56 points. And in doing so, take themselves 9 points clear of Manchester City, who go tomorrow in the second part of Super Sunday away to the champions, Liverpool. Aston Villa 1-1 away to Bournemouth this afternoon. They were leading through Morgan Rogers. 1-1 it finished there. So they remain in third on 47 points, level on points with Manchester City, but behind on goal difference.
Well, they're enjoying a lot at the Emirates. This is Arsenal's home record, and no surprise that the team who are top of the table do have the best home record. But when you look at what that's built on, that incredible defence is there as well, with 7 clean sheets and an XG of less than 8 across their home games so far this season. This looked like another comfortable victory for them, Alan. What did you make of the performance?
I thought they were very professional without being brilliant, and also using their squad strength really well in terms of the subs that they brought on. They had a couple and did really well and caused some problems for Arsenal and frustrated them at times. That should have been in the back of the net there with a mistake from Wright. Probably should have put it in. But this is what Sunderland did really well, I thought. They got men behind the ball, and at times they frustrated Arsenal and made it very difficult for them. And as I said, could have scored 1 or 2 themselves. And it took a summer signing that cost 60 million. It took a piece of brilliance, because Sunderland, again, they had that many men behind the ball. That's what it was going to take. Just something to unlock that defence, and it was a brilliant strike from Zubamendi. But again, you can see the numbers behind. And then all of a sudden, I said, using their squad strength, they bring on Shearer, they bring on Martinelli. They've got no Saka, who's out injured, no Odegaard, who's out injured. And the same thing again. They've got men behind the ball, and Sunderland were always in this game. They were always in it and making it difficult for them. But then the clearance doesn't work. They find themselves in a good position. Shearer comes on. He gets his first goal there, and then the ball comes into the box, and then another substitute plays a huge part in the goal in Martinelli. It's a game Arsenal had to win, but as I said, there was nothing spectacular about them, but they were very professional. And he puts it on a plate for Shearer, and there was no coming back from that. So, and that is 3 big points for Arsenal. You can see Shearer there. Most goals in all competitions in 2026. So the goals are starting to flow for him as well, but they've got so many options.
Yeah, so many attacking options for Arsenal. And as Alan said, it's a really big 3 points that takes them 9 clear of Manchester City. You've still got the game at Anfield against Liverpool to come this weekend. But anybody waiting for these Arsenal nerves to kick in is having a longer and longer wait, Danny.
Yeah, well, it's a must-win for City, but you have to say, since they lost to United, Arsenal, they've won. They're in a League Cup final, they finished top of the Champions League group. It doesn't look like a side that's nervous. They've got good competition for places. Yeah. They can win games when they don't play very well. They're the best team at the moment. And if City don't win tomorrow, you've got to say it's game over, I think.
And far from looking nervous, are they almost composed, Alan?
No, but I think there's so many people waiting for a slip-up that when you see a performance like that today, and that's fine. They don't have to be brilliant every game. They just have to find ways to win games, and they've done that today. So there's I don't think from their side, there's no panic at all.
And no set plays today.
Yes. And every goal came from open play as well.
It is all right, because 9 points the lead over Manchester City and Aston Villa now, with City in action away to Liverpool in the second part of Super Sunday tomorrow. I mean, and since that defeat to Manchester United, Merce, the response has been the response of champions-elect, hasn't it?
I would say so. I think they've been outstanding to bounce back and, to go to Leeds and win by 4 and then go and beat a decent Sunderland team, who I think are a very underrated Sunderland. They made it difficult for them. But when you look at the result in the end, easy 3-0 win. But, yeah, absolutely outstanding. He just can't get it right at the moment, what to do Arteta in. If he plays Jesus like he did against Man United, he struggled, and then all of a sudden the week after he plays Shearer, he struggles, Jesus comes on, and this time Jesus plays, struggles, and then Shearer comes on and scores. It's a real hard one what to do at the moment, because whoever starts doesn't really perform. It's the one that comes on as a sub, because both of the players as themselves, they're very hard working. They grind down centre halves, and when all of a sudden, when the other one comes on with 20 minutes to go, the centre-halves are tired and they're beaten up. Do you know what I mean?
We'll talk about Shearer in just a moment, but let's just talk about that man there, Martin Zubamendi. He got his 6th goal, the opening goal of the afternoon. It was such a wonderfully taken goal, wasn't it? Because it looks like it's going wide, bit of swaz, and in it comes.
Yeah, I think he's a brilliant footballer. plays as a 6, and he's outstanding player. It just rolls across him. He hits it with the outside of his foot with a bit on it. And when you look at it from behind where he hits it, you think it's just going to hit the post and come out, and it just catches the post, inside of the post, and goes in. Yeah, very good foot. I mean, he plays for Spain. I mean, he ain't going to be that bad, is he? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, real top player. I thought Declan Rice again was outstanding. I mean, outstanding. When people go, oh, I can't play this many games, I can't play that many games, he is week in, week out, every single week, bang, bang, same performances. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. But the result there, Sunderland were decent. I know people are going to look at that and go, oh, 3-0 must have been a real... Sunderland give a go. They give it a go. And, I had a couple of opportunities during the game, but didn't take them. If you don't take them, good night.
Yeah.
Yes. Kai Havertz has obviously come back into the team the last few weeks. How big or how crucial could he be in this running?
Yeah, I just think it's his calmness on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Plus with him in midfield, because I don't think they got a lot of goal scorers in midfield. Like Rice doesn't really score. Odegaard not a goal scorer. Zubimendi bar today not a real. So you putting him there, he gives you them goals as well. He gives you an extra body on the pitch to give you them goals. Very calm, very relaxed. Picks out Gyökeres for the goal. Yeah, good footballer. Yeah, a good footballer.
Against Leeds United by 4-0 a week ago, won by 3-0 at home today against Sunderland, and of course put their place in the League Cup final to face Manchester City as well. 9 points the gap, Merce. The last time they had the lead of this size in the Premier League was 2004, the last time they won the Premier League title. If it's still 9 points come 6 o'clock tomorrow when events at Anfield are finished, for you is the title race over?
8 or 9. 8 or 9, a draw or defeat, I think completely and utterly over. I think if Man City go and win at Liverpool, I think that would be a statement. I think then Arsenal would be like, whoa. But yeah, I think anything but a Man City win, and it will be surely over for me.
Anyone disagree with that on the panel? No. Unfortunately.
A huge result for Arsenal when you consider what they are chasing, the big trophy, 9 points clear of Manchester City.
Yeah, and it was a really good result because it was a toughly contested match. They had to work really hard to create opportunities, to also limit Sunderland, because Sunderland play in a system whereby the very good transitional moments, when they get the ball, they've got players up front that will hold it up. Saliba in moments in the game was tested a lot. The goal that Zubimendi scores is a brilliant finish, and that almost just let everyone relax a little bit, which then I think allowed the fluidity of Arsenal to probably shine through. And then in the end, great to see Gyökeres getting 2 goals again and sort of quieting some of the criticism as to whether he is the striker that they really do want at the top of the tree.
We will get to Gyökeres in just a moment. I'm wondering if you think they required a lot of patience and showed that in the build-up and the wait for that opening goal.
Very much so, and it's also about managing the right moments and about physically being competitive to get yourself these opportunities where they can control possession and create little openings. Trossard does really well here just to draw in to the Sunderland players, which then just opens that nice little pocket so he can really, this little cultured pass, it comes at Zubimendi slowly so he can really line it up, and it's a lovely finish. He cuts across it, which just means that the spin in the ball as it comes off the post, it just spins in over the line. Brilliant goal.
And then the celebration afterwards, paying tribute to his compatriot Mikel Merino, who is going to be out injured for a long time. Victor Gyökeres, lots of the kind of divided decision on him. Are you still out? Is the jury still out?
I don't know, he's starting to warm to me. I mean, Alderete, the Sunderland defender here, just sort of opened the door for him to let him walk through, to keep an eye on him. It's poor defending, but take nothing away from Gyökeres. When he's in that position, Jules, he's got nothing else in his mind but get a shot off and target it. I'm surprised the centre half sort of leans to his left, and it's an easy chance really for Gyökeres, but take nothing away from the finish. He's there at the right moment and he's scored. And again, this is the quality that Arsenal have. Gyökeres started today on the bench, so he's coming off the bench, he's fresh. You can see him making up the ground here. You know, brilliant little pass from Martinelli, and he can't really miss, I suppose, but at the same time, it's making up them yards. You know, Martinelli selfless pass to him, and again, 2 goals. You know, I think that's 11 goals in all competitions. So his numbers are starting to catch up with the big price fee they paid for him in the summer. But I think with Arsenal going on all fronts, you know, Gyökeres could have a big part to play in the rest of this season.
Let's look at these numbers, because he's got 6 goals this calendar year in all competitions. No Premier League player has more. Igor Thiago is level with him on 6, and that is impressive. And I think, you know, he's found his feet certainly in 2026 so far.
Absolutely, and it's also impressive because he doesn't play every minute, and he's sort of utilised in games and in moments what he can bring to the team, and he will have to keep up those numbers though, because that is the expectation. Now you're playing at a club that's top of the Premier League, considered one of the best clubs in Europe.
Why it's important as well is because then you can maybe rest some people. People can relax. The stadium can start feeling a little bit more relaxed about stuff, because I've been there a few times when it gets like that and you can feel it and it gets onto the pitch, then you start seeing little mistakes. So the sooner you can do that after half time, you nick a couple of those goals, Steve, that everyone can relax.
And on that subject, the actual timing of Zuba Mendy's first goal just before half time was important in that sense as well, Berber.
I think that was the most important goal of the game, the first one actually.
Yeah.
And if we look the goal closely, I think again Trossard's on the ball, right?
Yes.
And he's just passing the ball with intent for the other person to shoot it.
Straight away.
Yeah. Just here we go. Don't make any extra touch. I give it to you exactly, and you need to shoot it straight away.
Yeah.
And he reads the situation really well. We can argue maybe the goalkeeper is not in the best position possible, but we cannot take anything away from that shot and the goal.
You make a great point about the pace of the ball to him, because then the defender who's in the way, he kind of bends it almost round him, so the goalie sees it then. So that's why, it's going in off the post. And to be fair, it's a great strike. And in that instance, Steve, all you want to do and what you say to me is hit the target, try and hit the target.